Now, one of the biggest shortcomings in the Triber was the lack of an automatic gearbox, but thankfully Renault has addressed that, and now in my opinion this is a complete entry-level MPV package for family buyers. So is this car really good enough now? Well, it's time for 5 things I like and 2 things I don't. So the first pro for me, or the first plus point for me for the Triber, is the way it looks. Now excuse us, it's not really very clean right now. Delhi has been having monsoon showers and we had our fair of fun with the car, so there are mud marks on the vehicle, excuse us for that. But that said, the front end is bold, it looks nice. You have DRLs, you have clever silver inserts on the lower part of the bumper here and there as well. So these things make it look better than what a van is supposed to look. On the side you have alloy wheels with generous tires. At launch this one had narrower tires, 165mm, but with time Renault has worked very hard to give it a better stance, so they are wider tires on the Renault Triber now. You have roof rails over here, they look nice, they again impart a sense of adventure, sportiness, and these gel in well with the body cladding around the wheel arcs. It's not a whole body cladding, but around the wheel arcs only. So on the whole, in my opinion, vans are supposed to look boring, but this one actually looks sporty and bold in some sense or the other. The second plus point for the Triber, in my opinion, has to be the features. Now this is a budget car in the budget segment of 5 to 7 lakh rupees, but you as an owner, you get a lot of goodies. For starters is the entry system. I walk towards the car with the key fob in my pocket. It senses I'm around, the car will unlock. Likewise, after the drive, if I go out like till this space, the car will lock by itself because the key fob is in my pocket. So there is no sensor request button over here. Just walk towards the car to unlock, walk off to lock it. Likewise, you have a push button start on the inside. The DG console, the speedo console looks nice, has a lot of information on offer, including amount of fuel used. There is a touchscreen interface, although the base isn't the best, but the functionality, the touch reception is nice in my opinion. And then the rear AC that works very well in spite of a small engine, and the seats, they are configurable in lot of different options. So yes, this is a feature loaded people mover. So what about the third point? Well, that has to be the space on offer on the inside. Now this is not a genuine 7-seater, I'll be frank to you. This is more of a 5+2-seater, because anyone who buys this for family use will definitely have kids, and kids will feel more than happy in the last row of the Triber. In fact, we did a space test of sorts by being in the Triber. I was in the first row, I stand 6 feet tall. Jatin, who is 5'9", was in the second row, and Julian behind the camera, who is 5'8", was in the last row. And you can see that this car is actually spacious for 3 people sitting one behind the other. So this is the space test we were putting the Triber to. I stand 6 feet tall. I am sitting very comfortably on the driver's seat with enough amount of headroom. Jatin?
Well, I have 2 to 3 inches of knee room left and ample amount of head space if you ask me.
Julian?
And I have like 1 inch of knee room over here and ample amount of headspace again.
So there you go. I think in terms of space, the Triber is sorted. I stand 6 feet tall, 5'9" and 5'8", very comfortable one behind the other. There is also one more party trick the Triber has. Jatin, who's in the second row, can actually move his seat ahead or can go back like this, and he can also recline his angle, the seat angle, for a more comfortable journey. So if you don't have Julian at the back, or if you have kids at the back, Jatin can actually get more space for his comfort. Moving on, point number 4. Now this will be a urban MPV which will spend a lot of time around city conditions, and this is where this car shines. A is the new automatic, of course, makes your life very simpler in traffic conditions, and B has to be the light steering. I know at higher speeds there is less feedback, but at parking speeds, when the car is standing still, you can easily maneuver the car, take a U-turn, rotate the steering. The visibility is good, you sit higher up. So I think for a city MPV, for an urban MPV, automatic, light steering, and of course good visibility, these things matter a lot. And finally, the fifth point, that has to be the pricing that Renault has given the Triber. this one, the feature-loaded top-end 5+2 tri-bar automatic, can be used for 7.22 lakh rupees ex-showroom Delhi. Now this is actually cheaper than some of the other mid-size hatchbacks. In fact, I know it's wrong to compare, but just for the comparison factor, the top-end loaded tri-bar automatic is cheaper than the base manual Ertiga. So that's a good reference for you to see that this one, in terms of value for money, is terrific work by Renault. So those were the pros for the Renault tri-bar automatic. What about the cons? Now the first one has to be the suspension and the ride quality. It's slightly on the harsher side, stiffer side. In fact, Jatin was in the last row for a good half an hour when I was doing slightly off the road antics like these. You can see the car is dirty and he wasn't really happy at the back. Even as a driver, when I'm driving the car alone, I can easily feel the suspension is not soft. It's not really enough to absorb the bumps without giving you jerks. So that is one area Renault could work on in terms of giving it slightly better comfort for broken roads. And the second negative about the tri-bar automatic has to be the weak engine and the AMT combination. The engine first. Now this is a 3-cylinder 1000cc motor, and for a vehicle that's going to have 7 people on board along with AC running, I think 96 Nm is definitely on the lower side. We have been told Renault is working on a much more powerful engine, maybe a 1-liter turbocharged engine. Now that is something you and I should wait for. And the combination of the AMT with this is not really the best. I agree, AMT makes your life easier, but the way these shifts happen, especially when we're going into reverse and then back into the D mode, you can actually feel thuds inside as a passenger, as a driver. So the AMT is not very smooth. So that is my second negative about the tri-bar automatic. So as you saw, the pros of the tri-bar overshadow the cons, and hence no wonder this is a hot seller from Renault in the Indian car market. But that said, at the same time, I really hope Renault works on a new engine, a 1.0 turbo or a naturally aspirated 4-cylinder for this one. And then I think this will be a complete package in the 5 to 7 lakh rupee market.